I let my pregnant stepsister move in with us, and she tried to destroy my husband's career after he rejected her advances, but I found her old phone. 2 months ago, Shannon, 30F, my stepsister, got divorced from her husband Tobias, 34M, after 5 years of marriage. She told everyone that she caught him cheating with his coworker and that he had been emotionally abusive throughout their marriage. The whole family was devastated for her, especially since she revealed she was 4 months pregnant right after filing for divorce. Shannon was living with a roommate in an apartment at the time, and she approached me about possibly staying with us temporarily. She said she could no longer afford the apartment rent since she had to pay for her lawyer and other divorce-related expenses. She said she was scared about being alone during her pregnancy. When I, 28F, discussed this with David, 32M, my husband, he wasn't welcome about the idea. He said Shannon always made him uncomfortable. I dismissed his concerns at the time. Shannon had always been nice to us at family gatherings. I convinced David that we needed to help family during tough times, especially given her situation. He reluctantly agreed, mostly to support my decision. The first few weeks after Shannon moved in were relatively peaceful. She kept to herself, stayed in her room most of the time, and seemed genuinely grateful for our help. She would even occasionally help with small household chores, but things started changing about a month into her stay. Shannon started wearing more revealing clothes around the house, especially when David was home. She would walk around in short nightgowns or tight workout clothes, which seemed odd given that she never used to dress that way. I also noticed she would frequently find reasons to be in whatever room David was in. If he was working in the home office, she suddenly needed to use the printer. If he was in the kitchen, she would get hungry at that exact moment. David started mentioning that Shannon was making him uncomfortable. He said she would make suggestive comments when I wasn't around, like asking if he ever thought about what it would be like with someone else, or saying how lucky I was to have such a handsome husband. She would also find excuses to touch him, brushing against him in the hallway, touching his arm while talking, or asking for help reaching things she could easily get herself. I hate to admit it, but I didn't take his concerns seriously enough. I thought he was being oversensitive and told him she was probably just being friendly. Last week, I decided to throw Shannon a baby shower. She had been talking about feeling sad that she wouldn't get to celebrate her pregnancy properly because of the divorce, so I wanted to do something nice for her. I invited family members and some of her close friends. The shower itself went well. Everyone seemed to have a good time. Shannon appeared happy, and there were no obvious issues, but everything fell apart the next day. Shannon posted a long message on social media claiming that David had been sexually harassing her throughout her stay with us. She said he would make inappropriate comments when I wasn't around, deliberately walk in on her in the bathroom, and try to touch her whenever possible. The worst part was her claim that during the baby shower, David had cornered her in the kitchen and tried to forcefully kiss her, stopping only when he heard someone coming. My family's reaction was immediate and brutal. My stepmom Claire called me screaming, saying she always knew there was something off about David and that she couldn't believe I had let a predator into our family. My dad sent me a text saying he was disgusted with both of us and needed time to process this. Shannon's friends started flooding David's social media with hateful messages, calling him a predator and threatening to report him to his school. David was completely devastated. As a teacher, these kinds of accusations could destroy not just his current job, but his entire career. He could barely speak when he showed me the emails he was getting.